Hi everyone, Emma Scott here with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. Just going to give you kind of an update on what Mid-City looks like a day after we got some pretty severe flooding. We apparently got up to 8 inches in some areas of rain, and the street I'm standing in yesterday had water just up above my waist. So I'm going to give you just a look around the neighborhood so that you can kind of see what it looks like now. I saw someone out here earlier was just kind of pulling all of this trash out from the drains. So everything's clear now. We've definitely had some rain, heavy at times this morning, which has been a little daunting for many, I'm sure. Just because you don't know how, you imagine the ground's really saturated, and a lot of the drains appear to be, not as clear as you'd like them to if we're gonna get a bunch more rain. But a lot of trash in the street, stuff like that, still some water. This car right here yesterday had water up above the mirror, so I imagine it's not doing very well, but you can see all the trash is kind of collected near the drains. A lot of people moved their cars into this parking lot yesterday, and it looks like I saw some people trying to get out earlier, and it looked like the gate is stuck. So a lot of our neighbors their cars are kind of temporarily stuck inside. There's a good amount of kind of major pieces of construction material in, so you can see kind of into this car, just really flooded out. I'm gonna walk. I know.
I need my trash cans.
That's the neighbor looking for their trash cans. There are many trash cans that floated away yesterday. So I saw earlier, I think one of these houses is having some construction being done, so all of this wood was in the street, and it's pretty tough to get by car. I saw a tow truck had to back its way up. So anyways, I'm gonna just take everybody on a bit of a walk, see what we can see. The roads seem okay right now in terms of driving. A lot of people were asking about that earlier. But we can go up to Canal and Jeff Davis, where we were walking around yesterday, just to kind of give everybody an idea. But yeah, I mean, look at the front of that car. It just has debris all over it. You can see there's some definite storm clouds sort of hovering above us. The rain's been off and on kind of all morning since 6 o'clock is when it woke me up. So we've heard we may get a bit more, but we're just kind of waiting to see. There's another kind of drain, pretty clogged up. This is Morris Jeff. There were a lot of cars parked right up there yesterday. Looks like they all got out. And all of the ones right in that driveway seem to stay clear of water actually in the cars as far as I could tell, but this whole green space was flooded. People are kind of starting to emerge and assess damage. And it's starting to rain again. Put that up. Pull out an umbrella. Alright. This poor little car right here had water really high. It's super low to the ground. This house here, very prepared. We talked to them on our way back from a tour yesterday. They had So this neighbor who lives here yesterday had his window open and he was just looking out each time I passed, and when I came back he actually said the water was rising. That was right kind of as it was getting dark after it had stopped raining for a while. So it's now pouring again. And it looks like, you know, we were right around here yesterday and the water was really high here. But then as you got up into the neutral ground, it was just a parking lot. So it looks like a good number of people have recovered their cars or moved. And it looks like there's a tow truck down there kind of starting to take some cars away. We'll just walk down to Canal, see what we can see, but still a good number. That's, oops, sorry, a car right there, and you can just see that's like a dresser drawer stuck under it. So there's a lot of construction materials and things like that to be careful of as you're moving your car, as you're driving around today. A lot of that stuff has yet to be moved. Alright, so I'm gonna keep walking us around. The water has obviously for the most part receded, although it's continuing to rain, and you know, the neutral ground up here is very saturated still. These cars that are still up here are gonna have a tough time today, because as you can see right here, we've got one car that, you know, is just super stuck in the mud. You can see the tracks of people trying to get out. Yesterday at Canal and Jeff Davis, there were just tons of streetcars kind of piled up, all waiting there because it was a little bit high, and a lot of cars had moved onto the streetcar lines, just trying to get as high as possible, and it was a total parking lot. People started to get antsy, and nobody was really going anywhere, and you can see a lot of people clearly just left their cars. When we were out around 6, I want to say, a lot of people said they'd been there for a couple hours and they were just getting sick of waiting, and some people were saying they were going to wait it out, but others were preparing to kind of leave their vehicles and make their way wherever they could go on foot. See the lines in the grass, but traffic is moving now. Yes, this is today. This is Sunday morning. We are live right now, if you are watching. I'm in Mid-City. I'm approaching Canal from Jeff Davis. It is raining pretty heavily. We've heard we're going to have intermittent rain throughout the day, particularly in some neighborhoods that received a lot of the rain yesterday. So just, you know, keep an eye on the weather, keep an eye on your streets if you need to move your car again. So we're now here. You can see all of the streetcars, which look like they were left here last night at some point. This looked like this was how many streetcars were here yesterday, so it seems like they've been kind of left high by the city, which is probably smart. I imagine that there were a lot of cars stuck here until very late last night. I know my street still had a couple feet of water in it until about, well, when I went to sleep around midnight. So, got a street cleaner out here. If you guys are looking for kind of more specifics about coverage and what's going on today, we've got a lot going on NOLA.com, a lot of details, more photos and videos. So this is holy ground. They were closed, they had their doors closed yesterday and they got a lot of water, so it looks like they're in there kind of clearing things out. I'm gonna head across the intersection. So looks like a lot of people are trying to, you know, recover their cars. A lot of people are gone though. This really was a parking lot yesterday, but as it's raining, the water is starting to collect a little bit in places. Right along here is where you see the water collect a lot, so when it rains. So yeah, someone says it looks like a scene from The Walking Dead. Yeah, it's a little post-apocalyptic out here, I would say. A little more action on Canal, so, you know, at least get the sense that people are up and about. But, you know, this is a car that's just in the intersection, stopped. Looks like they just had to leave it. That's right at Jeff Davis and Canal. So we'll go back this way. And this is really just a quick tour to show you, you know, the roads are generally clear right now. A lot of people are asking if it's safe to drive, and this kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like now. Although the rain keeps up, it may start to look a little bit different. So that's another car that's just stopped. Looks like it's been there all night in traffic. I'm gonna actually try and get through here. So we've got definitely some water piling up at the corner of Canal and Jeff Davis for sure. And I know everybody is just hoping that this storm that's over us right now just keeps moving. Because the one yesterday was very slow moving. I'm going to kind of make my way back. We'll stick our head in at holy ground. But they're damp, but the water seems to be gone in there, so that's good. Hard to tell how bad the damage is. So I'm gonna make my way back from where I came from. We'll have continued coverage on NOLA.com all day for you guys if you're curious about the rain that's happening now, where the worst flooding really was. We'll have more specifics there for sure. If you're just joining us, the city got up to 8 inches in some areas, and the Surgeon Water Board held a press conference last night and again confirmed that all of the pumps were on and fully operational, and it's just that it was too much water for the pumps to handle. They continue to remind us that pumps can handle 1 inch of water of rainfall for the first hour, and then a ½ inch every hour after that, but that we got almost 6 inches in 2 hours, and so that was just too much. Kind of see the water came up to the kind of the chest of those seats in that car. A lot of debris around. There's going to be a lot of cleanup once people sort of sort out their homes. Down this street. So this street already has some more water kind of starting to pile up. A lot of stuff to walk through. Over. It's like, I'm not sure if those guys are there normally, but I'm guessing everybody just moved up there yesterday. Honestly, not sure if it would have done much good. This area had, I was walking around this area yesterday and I had water above my waist, so it was really high around here. You can kind of see, looks like it definitely came up to, let's sort of see where it came up to there. Yeah, if you look at the flood lines, there you go. This is Morris Jeff Community School. A lot of people, they're on pretty high ground for this area, so a lot of people moved their cars over here yesterday as the water was rising. Now the rain is kind of tapering off, at least for the moment. So someone's asking if it's going to flood again, and that's just, you know, it's going to depend on how much rain we get today and how fast it comes down. we know how quickly the pumps can handle the water. So this is kind of like the highest ground in this area. A lot of people had their cars up here yesterday, and they looked like they did okay. But this whole green space was flooded. And in this street, the water was well past my waist. A lot of people are asking about, you know, aside from the water, what all the junk is, and everybody's trash cans were kind of taken for a ride yesterday, so there's a lot of trash and debris everywhere. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up for now. If it starts to rain and if the streets start to take on more water, I will definitely be out again. But in the meantime, just stay with NOLA.com. We'll have photos, videos, and stories for you all day long. NOLA.com, you can go to our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. We'll be there all day. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned and stay safe, please.